Today, I want to talk candidly about property managers and whether you should or should not be using a property manager for your rentals. So if you don't own any rental properties and you're thinking about buying a rental and you want to know whether or not you should be using a property manager, I think that the answer for most people is that yes, they should be using a property manager. If you feel like it's going to be a huge burden to have to deal with, maintenance issues and, the classic toilets, tenants, and termites, then you might want to hire a property manager. If you live out of state and you're not able to go check on the property on a regular basis, you should definitely hire a property manager. There are a lot of laws that heavily protect tenants, and if you're not very familiar with what kind of things you are and are not allowed to do with the tenants and what types of notices you need to give and all of that, then you might want to hire a property manager. Now, if you're a more seasoned investor, you own multiple properties and you want to consider managing them yourself, I do have several clients that do manage their own properties, and they do it very successfully, and they're very happy with it, and they're very happy that they get to keep that extra money that they would have otherwise paid to a property manager. So I do think that it can be right for some people. Just make sure that you're doing your homework on, how to send out notices of, new leases and notices of late payments and collecting late payments and some of the legal rights. Like, for example, some landlords think that they can just show up on the property anytime they want because they own the place, but that's not the case. You have to provide tenants with appropriate notice when you want to go do an inspection of the property. There's just a lot to consider. Now, if you do want to hire a property manager, I have a couple of fantastic ones who I can recommend to you. And just to give you a ballpark idea, different property managers are different and some of them do slightly different things, but for the most part, they're going to handle everything for you. You're never going to contact the tenant. You're never going to have to inspect the property. You're never going to have to worry about whether, the payments and has it been received on time, and does this notice need to be sent out to the tenant. They're going to handle all that stuff. They'll market the property, get it listed, find and place the appropriate tenant that has the right qualifications for you, and they're usually charging somewhere around 8% of whatever the lease is. So if you've got a property that's $1,000 a month, then, which that would be amazing if you have a property that only leases for $1,000 a month. Pretty much everything is more expensive than that now, but just hypothetically, then your management fees on that would be about $80 a month. So make sure you're factoring in management fees into your projected cash flow when you're looking at buying a rental property.